notification. I'm telling Deborah, tune in live. Send her the link. Okay. Let me see if I can fix that thumbnail.
Margarita, hello. Choo Choo present. Marco Hamlin, how you doing? Eugene, what's going on, baby? Jay Lee, gang, what's going on, fam? Margarita, man, hi. Mrs. BB, Mr. Brown, looking good. Thank you. Jeffrey Docket, what up, fam? What up, fam? Eugene, hello, everyone. Good to see you. Paul Lunn, is this the right place to record this for? Yes, it is. Sammy D, what's going on, baby? Margarita, man, hello. Eugene, Joshin, Melvin, Margarita, Sam, Crazy Twist, Maxwell. We've got approximately 70 people on here. Mr. Brando, Miss BB, Daisy. Daisy's down here at the feet. She's kicking it. Seeing your fate, Bill Massey. All good to see you guys. Hello. Durham, Jackson, Tyler, Texas, in the hizzy. That's where my cousin lived, Tamika. She lives in Tyler.
Really?
Yeah, she does. Interesting.
Didn't know that.
Great little town. Really is. They have great little food places and stuff. It's great.
You know what? I was thinking Henderson for some reason.
Henderson's where my grandmother and my mother and them are from. Okay.
Got it. So
Yeah.
I was getting them confused.
Nicole, gang fam, what's going on now? All the time, gang ties. TH, what's up, bro? Brother Jamal, what's up, fam? Gang all day. Joseph, you know you gang. Sam, gang. You're the tiger, ready for the RV. There's no RV, y'all. Quit. Listen, it's a reinstatement of currency, y'all. It's not an RV.
I'm guilty for using the wrong term. I think I've said
Okay.
reinstatement. RI.
Reinstatement of currency.
RI. Let me change my language.
Yeah, we got 79 people on here, 50 likes. That's awesome. We're doing good. Hey, y'all. Y'all ready to get to this news?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to explain that thumbnail.
Okay.
They can't see it yet, but
Oh, they can't see the thumbnail yet? Can you put it?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying? Okay. Yeah, man, listen. I'll tell you what the thumbnail says. And a lot of y'all saw it because I posted it on the social media sites. It says, with annually coming in 500 million, and that's USD. That's not oil is now not the market mover in Iraq with that 500 million coming in.
What is the market mover?
Well, between both of those, think about it. Between the 500 million, the 3% they're picking up from the budget of oil totally, and then an additional 500 million. And they don't pay for anything now. They got their debts written off because of the Paris agreements all the way down to like 30 and 40 million or billion, and that's going to be written off by about, 80%. These guys are in the driver's seat to see things that we've never even talked about. You know what I'm saying? So I want to tell you all a little bit about what I know what's going on inside of the country. This comes from a friend of mine that's on detail, and I'm not going to tell you everything. But he says, good evening. We're back at action. There's a private war breaking out over here, and we are in the middle. The military is set up, and they've extended a dome from the point that they are to another point. And eventually, there will probably be a skirmish, but don't let that discourage you. These are pockets of terrorists, and they won't hurt your investment. I just thought you might want to know this by chance. It's all just a few people. That's major, man. The security cell on Thursday identified the areas of current and present ICE terrorists, They're hiding in the hills and in the caverns of certain regions of the country. The military operations have been going on since last Sunday, various starting point in Diyala, Salah ad-Din, Samarata, and today we started in areas north of, I can't even say this one, and in Diyala by special forces. The operations are carried out by Army units, the Ministry of Interior, and the Population Mobilization Forces. In addition to the great effort by the Air Force, Army, that's the thing that people really don't understand about Iraq and the difference between them and Syria. Syria does have an army, but I don't know if they have all of the special forces and the Navy and everything else that goes along with having a fully functioning military that can protect you. Ask Ireland if you don't believe me about that and what's going on with them in Russia. The operations succeed in reaching the set of goals that were reinforced by the field presence of security leaders. And it's a result of the killing a number of terrorists, destroying additions to ISIS and strengthening the fortification. The main thing that we need to take away from this is I think we need to really talk about corruption just for a few moments. And why, see, recently Iraq has been removed from a terrorist list on the United Nations Security Council list, which is the American list. And I think people really need to understand why they were removed. When Al Sadr got the head of the votes, whether you think it's fair or not, it's kind of like the American election cycle that's going on here in America. It doesn't really matter. What's going on is one person is control of what's going to happen, and the very first domino to drop was Halabusi becoming the parliament president. When Halabusi became the parliament president, it really was the first domino to drop for an investor in that country. Whether he paid for it with the $80 million that they're suspecting him of or not, he really solidified our investment. The reason for that, because you know if the previous speaker is going to be speaking, the next person in line is the president. They are bitching out of control about what is what, but honestly speaking, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Barras Salaam again, and I've been saying Barras Salaam or a female would be the president of Iraq since November. I'm not trying to get my props, but damn, I never really get my props. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, if you don't claim your own stuff, who will?
You get your props.
Oh, I get love, man. I get mad love. I really do. I love all my people, for real, because they do. They give me mad love. Mm-hmm. And comment on stuff, y'all. If y'all want to comment. You know, I jump in and out. I try to put hearts and love by your stuff. Comment. If you think it's trash, if you got a good argument on why you think it's trash, put it on there. I'm not scared of conflict. I'm really not, because I have a set of things that I believe in, a theology behind it, and so do you. If you've got a negative comment, don't be scary. Now, if you call me fat, okay, well, I'm fat. Okay, yeah, for real. You call me stupid, well, argue your point. You call me out of shape, okay, we're not going to run. So, I mean, if you got a real argument and can stand up for what you believe in, do you, baby. Bring it. I'm not scared of nothing. And all these YouTubers that bought all their subscribers to get 200 views a video and post every 3 hours about nothing, I'm cool with them too. I'm just saying, it really comes a time in this where we're getting down to 11 days of what's going to happen. And what's going to happen is what's going to happen.
Is it 11 days from the night?
11 days from today. 11 days. I'm not saying things are going to flip over, but I'm thinking things are going to be different. Something's going to happen. Something's going to be different. Are you keeping up with the comments to see what they're saying at all?
Yeah, okay. So far they're not. They're just saying, "What's up? How you doing?"
Okay, so I hope you guys all realize this is where I want to get into the corruption point of view of Iraq. Please believe me when I tell you this. When they talk about corruption inside of Iraq, they're not talking about ISIS. Please understand that from here on out. When they talk about corruption inside of Iraq, they are not speaking about ISIS. They're speaking about the real GOI and who plays a part inside of the government, not the terrorist activity. That's why Standard and Poor or whoever that was that just changed their credit rating rated them a B. Understand what's happening. The UNCC, the WTO, regardless on the attacks on the airport and Halabusi's place, have not rescheduled their meeting. That tells you from here on out, honestly speaking, they're not counting ISIS. ISIS is a gang. It's not even really a gang. It's a group of people carrying out. Now listen, the bomb that took place in the airport, let me explain to you who it was. It was an Iranian plane, right? That was sold to the Nuri al-Maliki's machine when he was running the government from the time he ran it to the time he stopped. The crew was totally Iranian. That plane was the plane that bombed the airport. So I'm going to tell you, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, am I going to blame this on Jamaica? Who is that dumb? An Iranian plane, Iranian crew, sold to Nuri al-Maliki. This is really easy to follow. And here's another thing, y'all. I'm going to give y'all, this is a straight bomb. If these are terrorists, real terrorists, I mean like the professional kind that get paid, right? I would tell you, ISIS, you are the worst terrorist I have ever seen. How do you have targets that you never hit? You haven't hit anybody. You haven't killed anybody. If you are terrorists, you probably should go into plumbing.
Iran and Maliki in the coordination framework.
And they can't get anything right. Like, if you think if you were a killer, you would go out and find the person you're going to kill and follow them and go back to their house and watch them and have some coordinating efforts so you know they're going to be here, they're going to be there, or they're going to be at the airport, they're going to be at this. Why do these people hit all these different assets and never get anything that amounts to anything? I mean, for real. I mean, now, I would venture to say that, let me pull back up my notes. Pardon me. Let me skip over this. You know, the International Development Bank announced on Friday the opening of its first branch of the first Iraqi bank in the UAE. That brings me to a valid point.
Are they Basel 2 or 3?
They're Basel 3. They've been Basel 3 compliant since 2019. That's easy stuff. Now here's another one for you. Everywhere that Iraq is putting a bank, they're establishing a foothold in which that they can sell securities and stocks. Whether it's UAE, whether it's France, they just signed a contract with France, and now they're implementing it. There's going to be a bank in France. Whether they're working in Germany, Italy, wherever they're working, that's the spread. If you're looking for how this reinstatement's going to happen and who's probably going to know, I'm not going to say faster, but I'm going to say that's going to be inside that web, that net. Look to see where Iraq is placing banks. And I already said this before, and someone said on their podcast, oh, look for banks opened up in your cities. Well, duh. We know that one. We've lived that life. Like, that's not smart news. But here, this is smart news. For everywhere they're putting an Iraq bank, France, Germany, Italy, everywhere, watch to see where the money flows, especially the flow as the euro grows to the GDP of those countries. Watch. Those that have more an affluent nation are going to buy in more that don't. It's simple mathematics. This is easy to quarterback. And for those of you that think something's not going to happen, February 7th, we already know the WTO or excuse me, we're supposed to have a president of Iraq. On February 7th, we're supposed to have a call president of Iraq. Now, if that is true, which should be Abba Haran Saleh, on February 9th, we get introduced to the WTO and exited from Chapter 7. This is over.
Okay.
I ain't on here begging for a GoFundMe. I ain't on here talking about send me $1, this and this. I tell you to join my institute so you can buy stock. If you don't invest in nothing, who you going to invest in if you don't invest in yourself?
So with everything going on, what will the RI, what will keep the RI from happening?
World War III. No meetings have been canceled. I just said that. Y'all listen. If you see the UNCC cancel their meeting, if you see the WTO cancel their meeting, that's when you should panic. If you're not looking out for those two pieces of news, then you're not really looking for the end game and what you're looking for. Because that's the end game. You feel me? Once they've exited Chapter 7 into Chapter 8 and the WTO accepts them as being fully international, then you can fully see what the currency is going to be about. And for all you simps out there, they'll be like, well, you're not that smart. Yeah, I kind of am. But I'll tell you this. I don't do dates and rates for this reason. The reason is because there's no way it could be foretold. If it could be foretold based upon some type of reasoning or logic, I would definitely guess at it. So if you're looking at me and saying, hey, take me to the promised land, that's not me. I'm the guy that after the fact, after you've made $10 million and got some money to invest in something, because I've invested in things that's going to make a lot of people a lot of money. And at that point, you should say to me, look, man, hey, I missed out on this deal. Can I get on this deal? I really appreciate everybody that's on here, everything we've done. Join the Noble Institution between now and February 9th to get your orders in for stock purchases.
Don't you think that's cutting it close? No?
Well, I think we should give every person every opportunity up to the moment. I mean, February 8th then. I'll cut it off to February 8th. If you want to join the Noble Institution, and you can look up my email on here. People have done it before. Find it. You want to look up Megan. Look up Megan. God bless her. God bless Miss BB. God bless Bill. You know, CC, everybody, the crew. God bless Financial Fridays. Sand Lock and Key. Bling Nation. Mizuno Rich Forever Clothing. You know, that's what I'm wearing tonight.
Let's see. Vicky says, I heard that the oil is valued at $90 a barrel.
Yeah, I say it's going to go to 100 and past 100. That's my opinion. I've said that since February. Vicky, thank you. Is that Vicky Vale?
No.
Okay.
Vicky Osborne.
Sorry, Vicky. I didn't mean to sound short with you, but we've been saying that it's going to hit 100. Watch, it's going to hit 100 easy. You should have longed oil back in November when I told you got contract with cheaper.
Angel said, I just got my pop signed up for LSX. We are excited about the news that Mr. G is going to unveil.
The LISX up to date is up in trade volume by 224% from last year. When people ask me, is that a good deal? You're going to pay me $30. I'm going to pay you millions back. And this unknown exchange is outperforming the S&P, NASDAQ, and everything. Is up 224%. And you don't join? You are so smart that you didn't join. All of you must have 100 million dinar. All of you. If you ain't got the money, I get it. I totally get it. But I'm just telling y'all, man, that's the best thing ever. You're going to be, man, those dividends are going to be spanned out for the rest of generations. Because once we go, it goes on. That's our legacy to all of y'all. The real dinar investment. And can I leak something real quick? You don't mind? We got NFTs that are coming out soon, too, on my platform. Sorry.
Okay.
NFTs. It's called the Dinar Community.
Okay.
NFTs.
Iran is
Buy NFTs on my website.
Iran is upset because they are about to lose influence in Iraq.
No. Listen, y'all. Listen, let me tell you. Iran, what people don't understand because they don't read a lot is Iran made a deal with China. They're going to be like the warehouse of the goods going into Iraq. They're included inside of the Silk Road. They're not upset. They took their deal. They know they're ostracized from the whole agreement. They're just trying to make a deal with the USA so they can make sure they're included in the Silk Belt Road Initiative. It's not like that at all. Hi, Daisy. You are
He
pretty.
says, Mr. B, you say reinstatement. Does it go back to the old rate of 322 when Hussein was in?
I never thought that. I thought it would go back to the old rate of about 1140, 1120, 1190, and it would float from there. That's always what I've thought.
11.90?
Yeah.
$11.90?
No, 1120 to
Oh,
1,
okay,
and it
got
float.
you. Got you.
I thought it was going to gain value slowly, and then all of a sudden float, and it goes from there.
Willie wants to know what are NFTs?
Non-fundable tokens. They're pieces of art that you can buy from our site that are going to represent our community that I'm going to have put up that you can purchase for cheap and then you can resell them to somebody else. And it just goes on and on and on. Look up cryptocurrencies, look up NFTs. Yeah, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'm putting my pink in the pool. Yeah, I got some NFTs coming.
Shanta wants to know how much are they going to be?
I'm thinking about making them cheap, $80. Maybe $100, whatever coin. Miss BB tells me it could be like, Dogecoin on them.
Huh?
Bitcoin. $100 worth of Bitcoin.
What are you? I'm not telling you. You said you gotta do all that. I don't know. Let's see. Are the NFTs before the RI or after?
I'm doing the NFTs now. We're making them right now.
Okay.
Why would you wait to spend $80 on an NFT and all these people in our community can polarize what's going on and partially y'all want to be inside of the crypto space and not, but be on the cutting edge of technology?
Douglas BB says, can you send me the link? He gave his email address. Let me see. Let me see if I can do the
Yeah, you want to join LISX? I'm not begging for
you want me
money.
to send them the website, right?
Yeah, the website address. Yeah, I'm not begging. People say you begging for money. I ain't begging for nothing. We've been paid. We're good in the game. I'm not worried about anybody else joining. I'm trying to allow people to join because if they really want to do it, let's do it. You've never heard this before, maybe. You want to be involved, do it. But begging? No, I ain't begging for you to participate. Trust me, I'm way past begging. We Gucci over here.
Okay, let me post this.
I'll take whatever you got in dinar and times it by 5 and I can still cash you out. And it's not capping, it's just real.
Okay, I put the link in the chat. Um, Nino said, in my honest opinion, I'm looking in the 10 cents and up.
I will tell you all this. I don't care what the Iraqi dinar is valued at. That's not my opinion. My opinion is only about what the ISX is about. Because I already know how much dinar I have. I'm planning on cashing out in a certain amount. And if it's only 10% of what I put into it, times it by the millions, I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. That's fine with me. But the stock money is going to carry me through because the dollar's worth a dollar, but there's some stocks out there that are worth $3,000 and $4,000. That's what I'm banking on.
So Asa said, till they stop selling oil for dollars. I'm not sure what that means.
Well, you're going to always sell oil for dollars. I mean, only way you can settle that's cross-border settlements. That's a different way of thinking. I get it, but it's not valuable.
Vicky says, you guys rock. I think the dinar will revalue for $3.22 to $4.
You can't, listen, let me tell you how I think if that was going to happen, I'll tell you how that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky's theory, really, honestly.
Huh?
For this to revalue that high, let me tell you what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The dinar comes out at, let's say, 90 cents. 90% of the dinarian holders that hold, let's say, $750,000 or less in the U.S. exchange it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to lose half their money in tax. It won't matter anyway. And guess what? They go on about their life.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough money for them to carry that type of exchange.
Mm-hmm.
The next time they want to exchange, they're going to have to raise it up a little bit more. From 90 cents, it might go to $1.20. More people are going to do it. They're going to burn that cash off too. All the way till it gets to the very elite levels. And that's where they're really planning on people. And this is just my opinion. It's not really fact at all, but I'm saying that you would have to probably have 50 million or more in dinar to get those levels to exchange a million at each level. Does that make sense? You'd have to really plan it out, maybe per quarter, per half year, semi-annually, annually, biannually. You know what I'm saying? And that would be the only way if they'd afloat. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the stock exchange launching in Europe, in the Middle East, and everywhere else, which it's already supposed to do on NASDAQ money. And guess what? I'm good anyway. I'm not worried about that.
With millionaires as neighbors, why wave hi to haters? Okay. Let's see. I was looking at the numbers with crude oil. This is Nina. I was
And
looking.
Denise said reinstatement. When I say reinstatement, it gets reinstated to international circulation. Revalued would mean that you had a whole denomination come out. We've already had the denomination come out and it's been instated. So now it has to be a reinstatement back to the glory days. Non-fundable tokens.
We went over that already.
Okay, cool.
So I'm
And
already,
if
I'm
look
further
up
in.
Bored Apes, look up
I'm
Twitter.
I'm
Sorry,
at 7:22 p.m. That's where I'm at.
I'm at 721.
Right. So I'm at 7:22 Nino.
Okay.
I was looking on those numbers for crude oil in the $80 range, not at the highs and continue moving higher. That build strength on the bottom line.
I mean, I get you. I think it's going to be slightly higher than 80. I think it's going to hit 100. I really do. I think as this new variant that's come out right now is not as severe as even the last one that came out, but it's much more widely spread. You're going to see more travel happen in the months coming because it's not going to be the severity of sickness. So that's good and bad. It's going to spread it, but it's also going to, allow travel to happen, which will allow oil to flow. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. In this environment, in this investment, people kind of have to think of it like this. Good things are going to happen for Iraq and bad things are going to happen for America. Or good things are going to happen for America and bad things might happen for Iraq. However, them just getting the international status to where you can exchange your currency for something of value is really the end game of the investment if you take all your emotion out of it. Does that make sense? I think a lot of people are kind of having a hard time. They say, well, blessings for this and blessings for that. God doesn't really have a lot to do with money. God doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude to people or turn them off, but you have to be real with this. God doesn't have a lot to do with this. It really has to do with men, and men have what's called free will. And what we need to happen is we need the people that are being strong, like the Saudis, rejecting the Malikis, rejecting the Iranian influence. That's what you need to see go forward. You can't pray for an end, you pray for a man to hold strong. He's being strong now, but that's the real essence of what's going on. Him holding on to what's going to happen. Because, if Brasile becomes the president and then Kazemi becomes the prime minister, I can pretty much guarantee you that whatever's going to happen this year, not just this first quarter. Everybody's saying this first quarter, and I am too. But if it doesn't happen this first quarter, I'm telling you, this year is your year. Whatever it is. And that's where you should hang your hat and be like, dude, if I only had to work one more year the rest of my life and I was good, how do you feel?
So Denise had a question. I'm trying to make sure I got this right. Denise, when Daisy Hush,
Shush.
when they pick the president,
Uh-huh.
how long will it be to name the PM?
I don't think maybe a week, maybe two. I really don't. Because we know it's going to be. It's going to give Kazemi. If Saleh gets to be the president, Kazemi's the PM. I'm telling you, it's done. I've been saying this since November. It's not hard math to follow at this point. We laid it out back then. Guys, listen. We said it back then. It's not the only change I really could have foreseen would have been Halabusi either becoming the president and a woman becoming the speaker, but it didn't happen. So when Halabusi went back to his spot, Baja Salane's going to his spot, Kazemi's going to his spot. I'm pretty much, now I could be wrong. Anybody can be wrong, and I will take fault when you can give me hell when I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, that really is probably the way it's laid out. I mean, Ray Charles can see that.
Kitty.
I mean, Daisy in all her craziness can see that.
She pretty crazy.
Daisy's wicked.
What?
Any more questions?
Let me see. Hold on.
This one time, when I was early on with this 2 years ago, I was vaping, and this lady said, "Why are you on here listening to this person giving you advice? He's doing drugs." I was laughing. I was like, "Oh my God, man. These Karens and Kevins."
Okay. Oh, so Willie says, okay, what's your plan with the dinar? Wait. Okay, so what's your plan with the dinar you do have when it comes time to exchange B? So he wants to know, with the dinar you have, what's your game plan for going in?
I'm leaving the country, exchanging it where my destination is, acquiring property there, and shifting all the
So
companies that I
are
have.
you exchanging in levels?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think
Because I don't need all my bread up front.
so. I think that's what he's.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He's asking
exchange
for.
depending on the market and its volatility. I'm not really look. I think you want me to give a rate, and I'm not doing
No,
that.
I didn't say rate.
No, not you. I'm saying it to him. He wants me to give him a baseline for where I say I'll exchange this. All I can say is this: if the market's favorable, I'll probably exercise at the minimum $2 to $3 million to take care of certain
You mean dinar?
dollars
Um,
to ascertain whatever I need to happen inside of this country, and then from there I'll make decisions.
so I take it you and Willie talk offline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know where he's going with his
Mm-hmm.
question. Okay, all right, cool. Um, in a float, is the price maintained for 3 to 6 months? Just wondering.
No, in a float, it's the volatility of the market. It could be whatever percent, and it could drop down depending on trade and volatility. I mean, that's a float. If you want something to happen, and you're curious for that, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be high, it's going to be low, and what you hope that happens that it stabilizes between two price points that you can ride the wave up and down, so you can buy and sell the currency and make money off of the proceeds. If you're playing forex, if you're really playing the market, you're looking for the ups, and you're guessing, but you really need to find someone that's skilled in forex to really help you out and really gauge it. If you want to maximize your investment, if you're a currency holder, you would befriend someone in forex. If it was me, I would ask them to chart out from this date to this date, especially when we announce that it's exchangeable. Have them chart it out for you that you can trade in intervals based upon what they think are highs and lows based upon the market.
Okay.
That would be the very smartest thing you could do. And it may cost you a few $1,000s, but if you're working with a few $100,000, it might be the best investment you ever made. If they're good at it. If they're not, it could be the worst money you ever invested. But
And then Lonnie asked me, Miss BB, no comment on Vietnam. When was the dong value at a
shit.
dollar? Uh,
In
I
this
don't.
shitter. The
Yeah,
dog, listen,
I
y'all,
hope
we hope
they.
for things. I mean, you can, listen, I'll eat crap on that. No, listen, hold on. I told BB about the dog, and I really had high hopes for it, but I would tell anybody this about any investment. No, because it's always a weak
That's funny.
class. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
weak class. But I would tell anybody about an investment. Tell me about how much money you got put in,
Mm.
and then we can talk about our level of skin in the game.
Well,
I mean, I put real money in that deal.
here's my
It didn't
thing.
work out.
Here's my
That
thing.
hit me. It hurt. I got it.
Right. Well,
I
I
take
mean,
that
we can
out.
still turn it back in, but
Yeah.
we're gonna sit tight, wait. They're a long way from doing anything, right? I think the whole China trade deal really messed up things, and then it was followed up with COVID. So things didn't go as planned. I was more excited about the dong initially.
Yeah, because of the last regime, and we
Yeah.
saw how that ended
So it
with no
didn't.
fruitation, like nothing.
It didn't go
So
or as we thought.
we hoped. Yeah.
So and then you have C-19 that really messed up things. So and that was unforeseen. So I think we'll probably be waiting 5-10 years out.
Minimally.
Yeah. Yeah. But we still have ours.
Yeah, I won't give away. I'll give away my Zim. I ain't giving away my dong. I don't care
Well,
what
you gave
anybody
away
says.
your Zim.
Yeah, I
Remember,
gave
you
away
gave
that
it
as
to
trash.
viewers, but I also think that
I
it's
won't give away
harder.
my dong.
I think it's harder to acquire the way we got our dong through the bank now because of C-19, right?
Might
Like,
be.
I don't believe Chase Bank carries it anymore, do you?
May not. May not. I haven't bought dong in so long.
Right, exactly. We bought it like in 2019,
Yeah.
2018. We were collecting it.
Hit 100 million each stop.
Yeah, so we'll just sit and wait. Yeah, we'll just sit and wait and be patient.
Well, y'all, it was a great visit tonight. I hope you guys really had a good time. We talked about a lot of stuff. Please, when you talk about corruption, talk about the government inside of Iraq. When Sadr said that he wasn't going to have anything to do with Nouri al-Maliki, you notice the credit rating went up. French signed a contract that's being implemented. I don't think corruption is really dealt with on the level of people the way they think about it. It's not ISIS. It's really the government in hand. And as long as they exclude these people that are out there to be a detriment to the country, then we have to worry. But as long as they don't, guess what? You and I are going to flourish. Look out for dates February 7th. Look out for dates February 9th. Big days for our community. And go to the Noble Institution to check out the NFTs soon.